The trip through this
I must see
portal
the
is
Dust
safe?
Devil spell.
I haven't had any reservations so far.
What have you done here up to now?
I'm studying the history of the builders, and I'm trying to understand why they closed the portal. It looks very much as though they wanted to hide the sunken city from the rest of the world. Terrible things happened here many years ago. They were seized by something awful. There was a dreadful civil war shortly before the downfall of the city, if their records can be believed. The streets were in flames, and a flood which devoured everything ultimately sealed the fate of the builders. The few who survived the inferno closed this part of the island in the hope of locking up the chaos.
Did you say that there was a flood?
Adanos himself appeared to them to end the madness. He razed the city to the ground.
What made the builders so agitated?
One of their own devoted himself to evil. He was a great commander named Quahodron. Returning from a successful battle outside the protecting walls of the city, he brought the evil with him. All of his followers fell to the madness a short time later and began to battle with the common folk. The civil war that followed reduced everything to rubble.
And we fools have reopened the portal.
I'm not happy about that either, believe you me. But what choice did we have? If we cannot stop what is happening here, then Corinus will suffer exactly the same fate that once befell the builders of this ancient city.
What do you think we will find here?
I can only speculate about that. You should talk to
Satyrus.
Satyrus. He has a certain idea.
I already talked to him. Let's speak to Kronos and see what's about. If I found him. If I can find him here.
Is there anything new about the Stone Sentinels?
We have already managed to eliminate some of them. They stand there, paralyzed like pillars of salt, and don't budge. But appearances deceive. If you get too close, they'll attack you. There's no doubt that the source of their power can be found here somewhere.
Let's...
Ooh, Typhoon. And Wind of the Water Mages. Cool weapons. I think I'll invest my points in strength. And then I'll use my... What are they called? Fuck, I don't remember. Dragon roots. I think from 10 to 30 strength points it requires one point of strength needs one learning point. And I think from 30 strength points it requires 2 learning points for strength points. So I can do it pretty easy. Should I take this? Oh, let's see it. Not Geyser. Dust Devil. Ooh, nice damage. Some fireballs. And 2 runes. Pretty nice. Nice. I'll take this Wind of the Water Magicians. Gazer, what's here? Gazer, Dust Devil. And this too. Let's buy as much as we can. And see what we can sell. Ring of Wooden Skin. Useless. Useless also. Frame protection. Ring. Useless. Useless. Ring of Force. I think I'll keep that. Let's look at the weapons. Orc Slayer, Rapier, Mace and Chain. Useless. Skull Splitter, useless. I just bought this. Rough two-hander, useless. Ring. Oof. I think I'll keep this. Rusty two-hander, cutter sack, wolf tooth, I don't need this. Sword. What's this? Pretty weird. In one way, those two weapons look alike. And here are some bandit weapons, which we can sell because they're useless to us. And some bows. Let's see what we can buy. More. I think this is all. Yes, it is. We don't need more. Let's speak to the other guys. Murderian.
Hey. How's it going?
Listen, curious, don't you think? These teleporter stones don't appear to function, and yet you can hear them hum. Although they aren't active, a certain energy rests in them nevertheless.
What do you think needs to be done to activate them?
I have an
Buy
idea
some
about
batteries.
that. I just need proof for my suspicion. I had a feeling days ago that I had seen this sort of construction somewhere before. I suspect that we have to supply them with a damn large amount of magical energy to get them back into service.
Focus stones.
What could provide enough magical energy?
I can only think of one thing. A magical focus. I mean, one of the 5 focus stones that were used to create the magical barrier in the Valley of the Mines. As far as I know, you had to get them back for us a while ago.
Yes, I can remember. Where are the focus stones now?
They were entrusted to me. I am supposed to keep them safe until we find another use for them. The way it looks, the time is ripe now.
You said you need proof for your suspicion.
A magical focus should be connected to these stones, but I don't know
Oh,
where.
pedestal, of course.
I've heard enough. Give me a focus stone. I will try to get the
We
teleporters
saw
to work.
a
All
pedestal
right, but be careful with it. You hear? Satyrus will have my head if we
in the
lose
temple.
them.
But I think if we activate the pedestal, the
teach me
stones
your
are going to
magic
attack
skills?
us. Which
I can show you how to increase
sucks.
your magic power.
What?
I want to increase my magic power.
No, thank you. No pedestal here. I think this is Mixer or Eordian.
Hey! Did you expect this here?
Not at all. I'm awestruck at how large the city must have been. Most of the buildings were buried under stone and earth, but the ruins that have survived the ages are spread all over the land. There must have been thousands living here.
What will I find out there?
In the east, there's a large fortress in a gigantic swamp. As far as we can judge from here,
Yes,
the
that
bandits
means the
have
way that
taken
we can
refuge
see.
there. If I were you, I wouldn't go down
And
there.
the back of Riordian.
They've set up many outposts and guards. You'd better avoid the swamp until you have more experience, or find a way to go around the bandits. In the west, we have discovered some pirates. I'm not sure, but I believe they have also discovered us. They don't seem too perturbed by our presence, though.
Okay.
Can you teach me your skills?
I can instruct you in the art of
Interesting.
alchemy.
Oh,
Tell me
What do
what's in the north?
teach
and
Let's
what
see,
do you
elixir
want?
of dexterity, which we can learn even from Sagita. I'm a bit concerned because I don't want to sign. I'm talking now about my militiaman character, and I don't want to sign with the
Wait a minute. What poor swine did you send into the swamp?
His name was Lance. I'm afraid he did not get very far.
Where will I find bandit armor that fits me?
There seems to be a camp of pirates to the west. As far as we know, they're in contact with the bandits. I do not think that they will attack you if you approach them. Perhaps you can find some help with them.
Can you teach me the circles of magic?
You are a magician of fire. What would pirate cars say about that?
No one needs to know.
I see that you are serious, so I shall comply with your request. However, should I get the impression that our knowledge is in the wrong hands, you will no longer be able to count on my help. So you had better not
I want...
It is still too soon.
Nefarious told me about a flood.
It is written that Adonos himself descended from heaven to punish the unbelievers and banish them to the realm of the dead. Aroused by his holy wrath, he let the sea fall upon the builders of this city and swept them away. The swamp to the east still bears witness to these events of the past.
Yeah, most of the living killed by Adonis turned then into skeletons or undeads or zombies or same shit. In order to protect